Blah, blah, blah. What's up, y'all? It's Marcellus Wiley, that dude. Let's talk about what y'all talk about, which is my voice, which is gone because we just won the AAU 9 and under nationals. National champions, MJ and the boys. Shout out to the left coast legends, Jesse Bucks. But let's get into this because my voice is a little compromised, but my mind ain't. So we're going to talk about what y'all talking about, which is Shannon Sharpe, who settled his lawsuit against the plaintiff. I know a lot of people call him an accuser, but they're a plaintiff. And now that's behind him. Those legal woes are behind him. What's in front of him? Is he going back to ESPN? Is he going back to First Take? We're going to talk about how it affected him in terms of being a brand, with his sponsors, with you guys, the viewers, his fans, and all things above. So let's get into that, and we're going to take a deep dive. But before we do all that, make sure you guys support this channel. Subscribe. Make sure you support the community. Leave your email at projecttransition.org. Become a volunteer. If you want to do more, become a donor. If you want to do the most, be a gym member like James Washington. You will be a recipient of this book as well. We give our gym members that when I read your name, like James Washington. I don't know who James Washington is, but let's just say it sounds like I know who James Washington is. All right, let's get into this, man. We ain't wasting no more time on this show. We got too many topics to talk through. Let's get to it. Will Shannon Sharpe return to ESPN after a lawsuit settlement? Right? So now that Shannon Sharpe has settled his lawsuit, will he go back to ESPN? That's the conversation right here. Now, we're going to read through this one because there's not a lot of video and nothing, obviously, from Shannon Sharpe about this in video. So we're going to have to read through this. So months ago, we know Shannon Sharpe looked like he would never be seen on ESPN airways again. Hall of Fame tight end was enjoying being on top of the world media renaissance, as they say. He survived and thrived through the Skip Bayless breakup at FS1. And then he built himself into not a brand, the brand. Became the top podcast host in sports entertainment. His Cat Williams interview is 90 million plus views. Y'all do the math. That's a lot of views and money. Quickly linked up with Stephen A. Smith, who went out there and grabbed Shannon Sharpe from the open market and brought him to First Take. And they continued their domination and even widened their gap over all of the rest of the sports debate world. Man, look at my dog. Meatball. Man, to the point where FS1, as we know, their shakeup recently, a lot of that has to do with the fact that ESPN and First Take especially continues to widen that gap. So then it all came crumbling down. They say ugly turn of events. He was named in a $50 million lawsuit instead of trying to deal with it quietly. Remember that moment? He made the controversial decision to fight publicly, even naming who was the plaintiff, the accuser. They had a back and forth, and that included text messages, voicemails. Shannon Sharpe decided to step away from ESPN so he could focus in on the legal battle, even though he kept doing his shows on his network. Okay, and then we started to see how his network was affected, the volume he was on, but also his individual shows losing brands and sponsors. I'm kind of filling this in as well so we can have a little more context and entertainment value than just script. So given the seriousness of the allegations and ugliness that ensued, people thought his days at ESPN were numbered, including Dan Le Batard, who went on record to say that Sharpe likely would never return to the worldwide leader in sports. Quote, we probably all know at this point that Shannon Sharpe is not likely to ever work at ESPN again, right? I think we can reasonably assume Shannon Sharpe will like it to look like he has a chance to return. I don't know if you can be Disney and allow any of what happened there. So can Disney just stomach the fact that Shannon Sharpe had this allegation against him? Now, we are past that point. Can Disney stomach that the allegation was had against Shannon Sharpe? And then it was settled, and now his legal woes are behind him. So we should look at him as a new man. We should look at him as a guy who did whatever he had to do to put that behind him. That's not about guilt. That's about, okay. And Disney certainly knows this internally. They won't expose this, obviously, but internally. Do you know that these big corporations get sued every single day? I have a friend whose wife, you know what her job is? She's a lawyer for Facebook. I was like, really? Just Facebook? She was like, yeah, we get sued every day, probably like a few a day. Every day. Right. And they're not going to court a lot. So let's just say they're doing a lot of settling. So People with means understand that settlement is not guilt. So just make sure you guys look at it through that lens. Okay, now that Tony Busby, the equation has changed for Sharpe and the accuser because they announced that there was a settlement in the suit and the lawsuit will be dismissed. Okay, I can read you this, but basically it says the Busby law firm filed a complaint in Nevada, blah, blah, blah. Both sides acknowledge a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship. After protracted and respectful negotiations, I'm pleased to announce that we have reached a mutually agreed upon resolution. All matters have now been addressed satisfactorily, and the matter is closed. The lawsuit will thus be dismissed with prejudice. Okay, so now they're basically saying what's next. Anything else in here of interest before I dive deeper into this? Okay, so we know that ESPN is owned by Disney. Fox is as well, part of it. People forgot that. So can they come to an understanding that is it better to have Sharpe quietly stay away, or is it better to have him on the airwaves, right? He hasn't been on the air since April, and the new football season around the corner network has a deep bench to call upon for First Take, the carousel of personalities that they have, where Sharpe was only on there a couple of days a week anyway, right? So are the accusations going to be loud enough where they say, let's just move on, man. We got enough cats here. Obviously, we don't have to deal with the same amount of scrutiny and the salary of Shannon Sharpe, which is higher than everyone else you see on that show outside of Stephen A. Smith. So the memories of the accusations may haunt them and they may not disappear. But let's also get here, because Stephen A. Smith plays a large part in this. But there's more evidence to suggest that ESPN would welcome back Sharpe in the weeks and months to come. Stephen A. Smith previously voiced his support for Sharpe, hoping that his co-star would return in time for football season. He said that publicly. Remember, a lot of people, including myself, we were looking at it from his lack of support for Shannon Sharpe, just because it was controversial in the moment when everything hit. He didn't have the same level of support for him we expected, or he even had for Jay-Z in his allegations. We went through that before. So we didn't know. We were torn, especially that Big Boy interview where it didn't look like he was really vouching for his boy. He was more listening to Disney. This is Stephen A. Smith saying, I don't think Shannon is good for this going forward. He's long for this. So if Smith wants Sharpe back on First Take, it'd be very difficult for ESPN to tell their $100 million man that he can't. That's facts, right? I mean, what comes with that money is some power. But at the same time, you also have a boss, and that boss can be like, yeah, I gave you your money, now shut it. You know what I mean? Like, I run this. I wrote that check. Anytime there's two names on your check, you got to respect the other name as well. And with Sharpe not found liable in any way in the lawsuit dismissed with prejudice, there will appear to be no legal roadblocks to his return. So Shannon Sharpe's a star, we all know. First Take is a star show. They would love to have him back, but will they have him back? Let's dive into this right now. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most, and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities. Because I think this point about Stephen A. Smith is interesting when you say, if he says, look, I need Shannon Sharpe back. Because Stephen A. Smith has also said, look, it's me or Max. So Stephen A. Smith has went upstairs before and kind of gave his declarations or his ultimatums, whatever you want to say. Will he go that far? Now, this is a different context and different situation. We're going to walk through that real fast because you know that Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless right now are not on speaking terms if you listen to what Shannon Sharpe, what Stephen A. Smith has said about it. He has said, you know, they had their back and forth, and there was times where they didn't speak for a while, then they tried. We all know that, right? We've seen it. So right now, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, who work together, peers, right? It was Skip's show, then it's now Stephen A.'s show. So peers, not just the round table, not the Ryan Clark, the Dan Orlowski, the Swagoo, not the subordinates and like the people who chip in. I'm talking about the one you got to look at eye to eye, or you're supposed to. That's Skip Bayless, not on speaking terms with Stephen A. Okay, then it was Max Kellerman, not on speaking terms with Stephen A. And obviously the diss tour. Now it's Shannon Sharpe. Here's the conversation. Y'all beat it up in the comments. Tell me what you think. Since those are his last two co-hosts, and then Shannon's not even a co-host. He's a roundtable. Does he bring them in? Even though he's a star roundtable. So it's like co-host light. It's like a hybrid. Do you bring him back in? Like, do you make that ultimatum, that declaration? You go upstairs. You say, we need him. Got to have him. Do you say that to Disney? Do you burn through some of that cred you have, right? Because that's going to cost you something, right? Because you know that they got to take some hits. Now, we're rooting for it. The public is like, all right, let him go back. He did his thing. Whatever that was, whether he was innocent or guilty, he paid the cost. He paid the price. Let him come back. Will it be that simple? Will Stephen A. assist in that? Or will it be this simple where you can say, hey, it's Disney. You already know. Bro, you knew before you did it. You got to deal with it. And then he just quietly goes away or quietly continues to do what he does in terms of quiet with ESPN, but loud in terms of what he's still doing. And will the other brands and sponsors come back to life for him as he's paid his price? It's kind of interesting. The way I see it happening is simple. I know you can survive anything, right? Like, that's what survival is. It didn't kill you. So what doesn't kill you make you stronger if you commit to it. And he stayed committed to himself. He stayed committed to his brand. He stayed committed to his content. So you're going to slowly but surely see those sponsors and brands come back. But the biggest brand of them all, ESPN, worldwide leader, I am rooting for it, but I'm betting against it. If you had gun ahead, I love the gun ahead. I know it's violent. I know PTSD. I'm sorry. I'm from it. Gun ahead, I don't think they bring them back. But sometimes you want to lose a bet. I hope I'm wrong. That's better for Shannon. That's better for that show. And that's better for the whole industry at large. Everyone wins in that situation. But we also got to be accountable. We also got to be real about these situations. So we'll see how it all plays out. And if it does happen, y'all got to give props. I will give props. Everyone give credit to Stephen A. Smith because he's going to have something to do with this. Let's be real. He's going to have to assist this. Whether he helps it happen or he helps it not happen, he's going to be a part of this equation, absolutely. And it's just weird right now because he got his money. So when you get your money, do you be like, man, come on, I take these risks. Come on, dog, let's do this again. Because you got to remember, Shannon settled that one. What could come up next, or how is Shannon still? Like, you still in them streets, dog? You know what I mean? You still at the gym with the 19s? You know what I mean? Or do you want to risk that because you got your 100 already? You're like, I ain't tripping. I already got mine. Or I got 100 and I'm trying to get more, and I don't think I'm going to get more. Us doing this together. Really interesting right there, huh? Broke that down. All right. So now let's get out of this. And you know we doing this show, boy. The show loved everybody. We flow, boy. But before we do that, we got to make sure that everybody understands that there's love on this show, right? So y'all got love for me. You guys always send your email to projecttransition.org to be a volunteer part of our global giving community, or you donate, or you become a gym member like James Washington, who's going to receive this book to the crib because James Washington is a gym member. He's a giver every month. Make sure you guys do that. But I also show you love. So I got a homeboy named Jonathan, married, got 3 little kids. And, you know, kids are expensive, all of them. So he trying to take care of them, found himself in debt, found himself drowning with those interest payments, found himself drowning with those monthly minimums, couldn't keep up. So you know what I did? I said, hey, big dog, right here, monitor debt resolution. Call today, 866-204-0071, homie. I hate when people say 866-204-0071. You be like, damn, dog. I still do that too. Go to ptmonitordebt.com, pt.monitordebt.com. You guys will get hooked up. That is my team, Monitor Debt Resolution. That's your financial wellness solution. So if you got credit card debt, you got medical debt, student loan debt, hey, you got personal debt. Man, I got 3 little itty bitties. Them little things cost to floss. You got that kind of debt. Make sure you Take a picture of that QR code right there or go to that website or call 866-204-0071. Make sure you guys go to monitor debt resolution. Watch this. All right, now, you know what we do on this show, boy. To show some love, we flow, boy. Listen to this. This is sick. Listen to this. You hear that? Oh. What's the king in the building? That's my producer. Shannon Sharpe. We got that first take coming up. First take fade. Hey, it's coming soon. Let's get that thing. All right, y'all. Shannon done settled. No beef on the docket. Legal cleared up. Now I'm reaching for that rocket. Bag looking right, suit crisp, no wrinkle. Headed back to first take, lying to the temple, boy. I'm free, so now what it do? Ready for that smoke, round 2 with the crew. But it's Stephen A, ready for that glow up glare, cause when I cook, it ain't no room to share. Boy, Shannon back clean, no case, no stress. Stephen A nervous? Like, damn, what's next? You gave him the deal, but the spotlight ain't split. You sure you ain't setting yourself up to get clipped? Back. Skip felt it, Max felt it, fade gets real. When the ratings left, Stephen A don't chill. He the king of the castle, don't share no crown. But I got fans and they ride now. Could be magic or a whole nother war. Friendly on that mic, but tension in our core. If they click, dynasty in motion. If not, might see Shannon back coasting. Ooh, Stephen A like this my house. Don't redecorate. Shannon like, where the fridge at, mate? It's a tag team or a time bomb ticking. Moment shine too hard, heads start flipping. Ooh, cause history show when the co-hosts glow, Stephen A get ghost with a contract close. Ooh, but hey, if they ride, they could flip the whole set. Culture, hot takes, go talk, no sweat. Boom, boom. Ooh, damn. Gotta ride that beat again. Golly, that thing was fire. Did y'all hear the beginning? Let me get that a little more. Listen to the beginning again. This is so dope. What's the king? Listen to this.
So what? Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. All we want is our share.
That's all Shannon wants is his share, baby. I ain't done with this one. Jesus. Let's get that thing again. It's gonna drop one more time. Yeah, I like this. You know what? Hey, my name's Shannon. I ain't coming back just to play. I want some smoke, some stats, a big old raise. I'm back lit, court clear, full send. I got Stephen A, gotta choose, co-host or end. Wow, Club Shay Shay. I'm a battlefield on the mic where stars burn bright. My ego will strike, so buckle up, ESPN showtime's near. The Fade brothers back and the ratings gon' steer. Yeah, watch that tension, it creeping through the door. Gave me a seat, but you know I want more. That's what I'm gon' make. Yeah, come on, me and my boy. First take, Stephen A, don't play, don't delay. You know what I say, hey, let me back in that spot. You know what I got so much, boy, me and you, we too hot. Wah wah. Wah wah. Yeah. Wah wah. This is Marcellus Wiley with an urgent message for anyone struggling with over $10,000 in credit card debt. Here's what you need to do right now. Visit pt.monitordebt.com. They've helped thousands reduce what they owe by dealing directly with creditors, cutting balances by 30, 40, even 50%. This isn't a loan. This is a proven debt settlement program where you make affordable monthly deposits while they do the heavy lifting. Many clients become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Don't wait another day drowning in interest. Call 866-204-0071 or visit pt.monitordebt.com. Your financial freedom is waiting. It's just one phone call away. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come. Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so